I'm now home. The 140-mile trip back was uneventful, I'm glad to say. It was quite an emotional time when they signed the car over to me, as Nicola, who previous owner of this car, had owned it for the last 21 years from brand new. And she was tearful, and as they waved me goodbye, her son, who was 18, said this was the only car he'd ever known his mum own, and he'd grown up with it. They asked me to look after Mabel for them, which I will. And the first thing I'm going to do is get this car up onto the ramps. After going through all this lot.
Shahal.
Shahal,
What's yours?
Shahal, I'm Russ of Iconic Brands,
Right.
YouTube video.
And going to be famous,
yeah? Hopefully.
No worries. Lower arm bushes.
Lower arm bushes, yeah.
They're popped out, so if you come round here,
Yeah,
you go around this side,
yeah.
you'll see when I pry it,
Oh yeah, there's
you'll see it popping out.
Yeah, so the
Popping
bushes
out.
need changing,
Bush
yeah.
need changing, but it'll be the whole arm. You can't just.
Oh, can't you,
replace the bushes.
can't you press that bush out?
Nah, you can't push them out.
Okay.
You have to replace the whole arm. And
Okay.
same on this. But other than that, just a bit of corrosion underneath.
Where's the corrosion?
And the exhaust.
It's the first time of it, yeah, just the exhaust,
just
yeah.
the exhaust really. It's not weakened or anything.
Yeah.
It's all good still.
Yeah, that's okay, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah,
That
solid.
one, yeah. You're going to watch the floor either side of the fuel tank. Because I only had it like just over a week.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm interested to see just exactly what's what. My eyes are everywhere.
Yeah, but other than the arms,
Other than the arms, yeah, just a
That's it,
couple
it's all
of
good.
new arms, yeah.
and the oil looked quite healthy anyway.
Was it?
Yeah, it was
It's been in there.
like a bronzy colour, so I don't think it's been driven much.
No, it was. Did you set the service light as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Because the oil was changed about 5,000 miles ago,
Okay.
but that was like 3.5 years.
Yeah.
It's been in there. So,
Okay.
well, that's great. Yeah, thanks for that. I'm really pleased with that then, if that's
Yeah.
all I need. Nice to meet you.
You too, mate.
Yeah. Towards the end of this video, I will be doing a full cost breakdown on what I've spent on this car. Tip: if you want to see how your car's paintwork has faded, I mean, this is a 21-year-old car, is just simply put the roof down and then look at this panel at the top, because that's the part that normally lives under the roof. So you can see the difference. I mean, there's no scratches or anything on that. This one doesn't look too bad, but you can see the difference between that and that. That's paint fade. I mean, all cars fade, of course, but that's a good indication of the original colour that your car was. Can you believe that? That's the original screen wash after 21 years? Who knows? Quite a big boot actually, with the separator up. That don't look too good, does it? I think it's gone rusty because there's a bit of a water trap down there. And look at that. So a little bit of wire wool just to tidy it up, you know. Let's have a look under here, see what we've got. Some spare wheel nuts, got some Mercedes fuses, obviously the lock for the wheels and a wrench. It's always a good sign when you buy a car and it's been looked after, when all the parts in the boot that came with the car are still there. I mean, look at this. A torch and the jack, looks like it's hardly ever been used. And these are interesting, these here. Now, if you're wondering what those are to manually pull the roof down in case it ever gets stuck. They hook on the back, and if you look at the illustration in the book, they hook on the back and you can pull the roof down manually. That's always good to see that this kind of thing is still intact. What else to look for is soot around here. All seems very clean indeed. You can tell this car's been standing quite a while by the amount of vegetation there is in the wheel arch. I mean, just look at that. That's pure moss, that is. It's amazing really, because that stayed on there during a rainstorm 140 miles down the M6 back home. There's algae on there. Just means it's been sat for quite a while. Something else that needs attention, you switch the ignition on and the seatbelt butler comes out. Shut the door, the seatbelt butler is supposed to come out and it doesn't. Original mats, the hard-wearing mats in this car, always a good sign. And whenever I look at Mercedes with these cargo nets on the side, I always see what kind of condition they're in. One of my little things when I look at it, people have caught the foot on there. I think Americans find it quite funny that we call these bonnets and they call them hoods. I think it's hilarious that they call them bonnets, but we're English, so they are bonnets. Engine, on the face of it, needs a good clean. First thing I look at is that the dampers, these are at right angles to the car, shows that they are fitted correctly. Belts looking pretty good nick. Ah, that's dry, needs some screen washing there. Just out of interest, let's see how much screen wash it needs. Quite a bit actually. First thing I checked was underneath there where the head gaskets are, that there's any oil leaks, and I couldn't see any, to be fair. Well, looks pretty good. I haven't seen any oil on the floor. Stored near a tree, I think. Block your water drains up. Coolant level seems right. And the air filter doesn't seem so bad. You can always tell a new battery. I mean, just look how clean that terminal is. And the other one, no corrosion whatsoever. I love the fact that they build a handling with that one as well. It's amazing what a difference it makes. Just giving it a wipe over. I mean, you don't even have to take it off to do this. Show you what a difference it makes. The chrome strips along there. That one. I've got some ideas on how to clean those. Stay tuned. The Avant-Garde model. There are a few little door dents there. I don't know whether the camera will pick that up. I'll just rock it. There's a bit of a door dent there, just there. On the passenger side, there's a little bit of a crease there. Look at that. That's a job I'll be taking on soon. This is quite a common problem. This sticks through the window here. If you look under here, you'll see the problem almost straight away. There's the problem. It's this elastic that's actually snapped, and that pulls that in. I'm very carefully using white spirit. as the white spirit has done its job. That there should be attached to there. See that how that's broke? And there is a simple fix for that. Right, that's what you need. One of those off eBay. It sits in there like that. The ridge inside the rubber goes up against the ridge in there. Haven't got the greatest view through there, so they stick a great big advertising logo across the back. That's great, yeah, okay, just yeah.
That's what yours was when we started, and there we are, we're in the tolerance of 12 to 0.
The original purchase price of this car was £1,700. The biggest bill I had was at the garage in Daventry. A big shout out for them because they went over and above for lower control arms. I had to buy 2. That was an unexpected bill actually, because to my surprise, as you saw in the video earlier, I actually needed them to be replaced. But when I bought the car, I looked at the service history and it had been done, to my surprise, only 15,000 miles ago. So that was a bit of a surprise, and it was the biggest bill at £404.48. But that included a diagnostic check, which I'll tell you about now. The seatbelt butler, it doesn't work, and it still doesn't work. There's a little bit of a debate actually at who's right and who's wrong. The diagnostics said it was a seat mat underneath the seat that was at fault, and this did not trigger the seat belt retainer or presenter or butler. It's got a lot of different names. I said that I needed an emulator, and the garage at Daventry said that that would do the trick, and it would cost about £40 and I could fit it myself. But when I contacted the makers of the emulator, they said that it wouldn't work. So I've left that for now, and it will be continued in another video, and maybe anybody out there who's had this job where the seatbelt presenter didn't work on the passenger side and they have actually fitted an emulator that worked. That's one for the future. The next bill was the service. It was 137, and it was for an oil and filter change and a look over. The next bill I had was £120 for the dent removal, followed by a detail wash at £40, and the next one was £210 for repainting the alloy wheels. The other bill I had was for tracking at £48, making a grand total of Well, overall I'm very pleased with what I've got so far. I'm working my way through this project. It's been quite a rewarding experience actually, and I think I've got quite a lot of car for my money here, which is sad in a way because it does reflect the state of the car market at the moment. These once equivalent to £50,000 cars going for £1,700, and they are decent cars, and they are out there to buy privately. Please follow the tips at the start of the video, which may help you. But beware, just be careful, and don't buy a car that was being driven like this one.